Well, welcome back to Life Journey Production Studios. My name is Keith, and in this video, we're going to be comparing the audio samples recorded directly on the DJI Wireless Mic Kit 1, the DJI Wireless Mic Kit 2, and the Rode Wireless Go 2. Also, we'll listen to them in the Rodecaster Pro with no effects, so you can hear what it sounds like when these are hooked up directly because they have a receiver built in to the Rodecaster Pro 2, the Rodecaster Pro Duo that will receive two of these. That's right, you can hook up two Wireless Go 2 microphones and the new Wireless Go Pro into the Rodecaster Pro 2, and you can check on Rode's site to see if the older microphones will connect as well. So we'll listen to that sound in the Rodecaster Pro with no effects. We'll also listen to the internal recording. I've already been recording the DJI mic wireless kit number 1. And again, I have the transmitter on my shirt, and I have the receiver hooked up directly to Rodecaster Pro. I have stereo turned on, so you're just hearing the mono track of the DJI mic. And so this is what it sounds like from the recording right now. So you're now listening to the recording, and this is what it sounds like from the Rodecaster Pro. And if you want to hear the audio from the ATEM, when I run my Rodecaster Pro into my ATEM device, this is the audio from the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO recording. So you can hear the difference. So once again, here's the recording from the DJI mic itself. So testing 1, 2, 3. This is the mic recorded inside the transmitter, and this is what it sounds like in the Rodecaster Pro, again with no effects applied, just trying to keep the volumes as level as I can. I'm going to mix all of these at about minus 19 to 18, right around there, so you can hear the volumes at the same. Again, with no effects, no EQ. This is what it sounds like from the ATEM Mini. Again, so obviously you have to go from the Rodecaster Pro 2 out of the two quarter-inch outs into the ATEM Mini Micro 3.5 jack stereo. And again, those preamps are not the same as going into a device like the Rodecaster Pro 2 or recording directly on the mic kit. Now, I'm not giving you a sample of what it sounds like hooked up to my EOS R by Canon, because I don't do that. I always run it from my Rodecaster Pro directly into my ATEM when I'm live. And I also record all my audio in my Rodecaster Pro 2 when I'm doing my videos in my studios. So the ATEM does not sound as good as the Rodecaster Pro 2 and does not sound as good as the DJI mic recording in itself normally, so you guys can compare them on your own. So that's the DJI Mic 1. Now let's roll over to the DJI Mic Kit 2. And again, I borrowed this. This is not a sponsored video. This actually is borrowed from a friend of mine, and I have to return it later today because they're using it tomorrow. So lots of differences between this. It also has 32-bit float recording, and I'm going to give a sample of that at the end so you can hear what 32-bit float sounds like compared to 24-bit, which is what's going on in the other recorders that we're showing here. Let's change over to the DJI Mic Kit 2. And you can listen to that as well. Okay, now I've got the DJI Wireless Mic 2 on my shirt, and you're listening to that recorded inside the DJI mic itself. I do not have 32-bit float on. You can turn it on in the transmitter. And again, I'm plugging the transmitter or the receiver directly into my Rodecaster Pro 2, and I have the volume set as close as I could get them. So this is what it sounds like recorded inside the memory inside the DJI Mic 2 lapel mic. And this is the mic built in, and obviously you heard the mic built into the DJI Mic 1. And you can see they are a little different. If you want to see the difference, you can go back and watch my live video from April 23rd, I believe, and you can check out a comparison of those kits side by side. I also compared them to the wireless Go 2. But again, all that was recorded in my ATEM Mini. So this is what it sounds like in the Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm feeding the transmitters going wirelessly 2.4 gigahertz into the receiver. And then the receiver is plugged in 3.5 millimeter into quarter-inch right and left mono inside channel 1 and 2. I have the DJI mic receiver set to stereo, so it's recording one of the mics on one side and the other mic on the other side, and I still have the other mic in the kit, so we're not hearing that mic right now. We're only hearing the one on my lapel. Again, this is the Rodecaster Pro 2 recording with no effects turned on, and there is no effects on this at all, so you can listen to the comparison. So now let's listen to the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO recording. Again, now this is going into the receiver into the Rodecaster Pro 2 with no effects. It's then coming out, the outputs into a 3.5 jack into mic 1 input on my ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, and that's being recorded. So I wanted you guys to hear the difference if you record directly through a device like the Rodecaster Pro 2 or directly in here, or if you're using, like I do, the live audio from the ATEM, and that's actually processed, just so you know, because if I don't boost the gain and all the things I need to do in the ATEM Extreme ISO, then I don't get the recording levels that I'm looking for, and I can see those levels right here on my computer. So they're not quite as hot as I'd like them, but you can, I've equalized it so you guys can listen to it in the video. So again, this is the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO recording coming out of the Rodecaster Pro 2, and the DJI Mic 2 is feeding that. So let's go back and listen to the DJI Mic recording from inside this transmitter. So here you go. This is the recording from inside the transmitter. So you can record in there. Again, I do not have 32-bit float recording on right now, so it's just 24-bit. I'm going to actually download these files into a Google Drive folder. So if you message me below, I'll give you a link to my contact page. You can fill out the form, and if you'd like to have access to those loaded up on the YouTube audio files so you can listen to them for yourself, I'll let you download all of these files. They'll be listed in there for what mic and what you're listening to, so you can compare those WAV files from that folder and decide for yourself what microphone you like the best. Again, these microphones are all just a little bit different. They have a little different sound. So hopefully you can compare the DJI Mic Kit 1 to the Mic Kit 2. And after we get a chance to listen to these each one more time while I'm talking, so you can compare them, then we'll bring out the Wireless Go 2 and we'll listen to the recording inside of this. Now, these do not record 32-bit. You'd have to get the new Rode Wireless Pro Kit to get 32-bit recording. I did an up-close look at the WAV files in Adobe Audition. So if you want to look at what happens when you clip a 24-bit file up close compared to a 32-bit float file up close, I did that towards the end of my live stream on April 23rd. So check that out right here on the channel. And I'm live every Tuesday, so come join me. Again, that's the Rodecaster Pro 2. And one last time, this is the ATEM Extreme ISO recording. That doesn't sound the same because it does have some processing on it, but you can compare what it's like when you record directly to one of these devices with no effects, in the Rodecaster Pro with no effects, compared to when you bring it into an ATEM. But again, this is the audio from the ATEM, so tell me what you think in the comments below of what happens when you bring the audio into an ATEM and you use it for live streaming. Okay, so now we're going to change over to the Wireless Go and let you compare it to these two DJI mics. Now I have the Rode Wireless Go 2 on my shirt, and I have the transmitter on my shirt and the receiver right now plugged into the Rodecaster Pro 2, and you're listening to the recording directly from the device right now. You can actually attach these directly to the Rodecaster Pro 2. I will give you an audio comparison of that here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to compare these straight across. So the DJI Mic Kit 2 and Kit 1 plugged in directly from the transmitter to the receiver, plugged into the Rodecaster Pro, and now we're doing that on the Wireless Go. The Wireless Go has an advantage, and the reason I purchased this kit is that I can use two of these plugged in or actually attached wirelessly directly into my Rodecaster Pro 2, so I don't have to even get my transmitter out of the case. But this is a way you could do it. If you wanted to, you could plug it directly into the channels. Again, no effects are turned on. And again, there is no 32-bit float recording available on this, but there is wireless connection capability, and we'll show you that in a minute. Here is the Rodecaster Pro recording of the Rode Go Lav 2 recording. And so you can hear the difference between that and directly from the Go, if you can hear any difference at all. Obviously, we're all comparing my voice. Your voice is going to sound different on these microphones, but each microphone is a little different, from the DJI mic to the DJI 2 mic to the wireless Go 2 microphone. And actually, I prefer the wireless Go 2 microphones, so far the best, but this will be actually even a better comparison for me, and I may have some other thoughts after I get a chance to produce all of this. Again, these wave recordings are going to be available for you in a folder on Google Drive, so you can check the link below, fill out my contact form, request access to the Google Drive, and you can download all these files and listen to them yourself. Now again, I'm a live streamer, so my Rodecaster Pro plugs into mic 1 in my ATEM Extreme ISO. I did the same thing when I had my ATEM Mini Pro, and so you're hearing now the ATEM Mini audio. Again, I'm recording this video in my ATEM Mini. I'm replacing the audio with whichever microphone I prefer the most, except for when I'm demoing all of those. So far, you've been hearing me on these microphones every single time, and my plan is to use these microphones every single time, except for when I'm letting you, like right now, hear the audio that went into the ATEM Extreme ISO. So again, if you're confused, just remember, these pick up my voice, and because they're wireless, they send to a receiver. My receiver is plugged into my Rodecaster Pro, going from a HOSA cable, 3.5 on this side stereo. It goes out to the other side in 2/4 inches mono, and those plug into channel 3 and 4. And right now you're hearing channel 4 on my Rodecaster Pro 2. And then that then comes out of the right and left outputs of the Rodecaster Pro 2 in another HOSA cable the other direction, 1/4 inch, right and left, down to a 3.5 stereo jack going inside of my ATEM Extreme ISO mic input 1. And obviously the preamps in the ATEM affects the sound, so you're hearing that sound right now. So one more time, this is the recording inside the Rode Wireless Go 2 microphone, so you can record directly inside these, 24-bit. I can find it here on my shirt. And this is the recording coming directly from the recording inside this microphone. This is the recording coming from my Rodecaster Pro 2, recording in there. Again, no effects on. And so we will try to level out all these audios and you can hear them all together. So what I'm going to do now is let you listen one more time to the ATEM Extreme ISO recording. So again, this is the ATEM Extreme ISO recording coming from this transmitter to the receiver into my Rodecaster Pro 2, out again into the preamps of the ATEM Extreme ISO, and recorded right on this videotape. So this is the original audio from my recording, and everything else you've been hearing when I haven't been demoing the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO sound audio, you've been hearing all these different microphones. The last thing we're going to do now is we're going, before we show you the 32-bit float recording available in the DJI mic kit, we're going to show you what the sound is from this going directly into the Rodecaster Pro, and I will compare it to the recording inside of this as well, so you can get an A-B comparison. Now I'm just going to show you the recording inside the Wireless Go and the recording then inside the Rodecaster Pro 2, so you can compare those. Again, these Wireless Go receivers can connect directly from the transmitter into a built-in receiver in the Rodecaster Pro 2, and you can do that up to 2 of these microphones, and that will take up 2 of your 4 inputs in your Rodecaster Pro 2, or both of your inputs if you use 2 of these in your Rodecaster Pro Duo, because it has 2 channels of input. Again, if you want to have a wireless solution, these are perfect. Cost about $100 a piece, so you can have a wireless microphone that would attach directly to your Rodecaster Pro 2 or your Rodecaster Pro Duo, and I believe these connect to their new video device as well from Rode, and I think it's called the Streamer X. Again, check that out. They also have a new handheld microphone, a Pro handheld microphone that retails in the $250 US price range that just was released at NAB 2024 or announced there, and you can order that as well, and that will also hook up just like this to one of your Rodecaster Pro Duo or your Rodecaster Pro Streamer X or your Rodecaster Pro 2 itself. And again, they'll also, that handheld microphone by Rode will hook up to these receivers as well, which gives you a handheld interview type professional sounding microphone if you'd like to use it mobily as you travel with your Go kits or your other Rode or DJI mic kits, actually, or your other Rode microphone kits. Okay, let's connect it directly and we'll be right back. This is the actual Wireless Go 2 microphone being recorded directly into my Rodecaster Pro 2. It's wirelessly connected direct. I'm not using the Wireless Go receiver right now, so you're hearing this directly into the Rodecaster Pro 2. There is no way to push a record button inside the Rodecaster Pro 2 for this particular channel. I would love if Rode could enable internal recording. So if I click on channel 4, there's a pad on, pad off for padding the microphone. There's also an unpair button, but there is not any way to enable recording on this particular microphone. Okay, so we'll just show you the recording in the Rodecaster Pro 2, and that's all you're hearing. If you would like to hear that in comparison to the ATEM Mini, here is the ATEM Mini recording right now compared to this coming to from the microphone into the Rodecaster Pro 2. Okay, now we are recording directly 32-bit into the DJI Mic 2. Again, this kit has two transmitters that can record internal 32-bit float. And again, go back on my other video live on April 23rd, 2024 if you'd like to see a close-up look towards the end of that live stream of what it looks like when you bring those WAV files completely diving into them and look at the comparison when you clip a 24-bit recording and you clip a 32-bit float recording. You can see actually a difference in those WAV files when you look at them up close. So this is what this sounds like recorded 32-bit internally. And if you want to get these WAV files and listen to them outside of YouTube in your studio or on your headphones, you can then fill out the form linked below my contact page and then request access to those 32-bit, the 32-bit float files and all the other files in that Google Drive. And I'll keep that up as long as I can maintain that Google Drive. So if you're watching this video years after 2024 and you can't find those files, I apologize for that, but you do get to hear an audio comparison here on YouTube, but just understand YouTube has its own compression algorithm, and I will try to send those as close to the maximum level to YouTube so there's the least amount of artifacts on there, and I'm not going to add any effects or anything to this video when I upload it on YouTube. I'm only going to bring the audio levels up and as high as I can get them so they won't be too compressed when YouTube gets their hands on them. Again, having those WAV files will be super important. Use the link. Also, if you get stuck in your live streaming or you get stuck with the Rodecaster Pro or you want to know more about how to use some of the tools by Blackmagic Design, the desktop tools like the ATEM Mini, ATEM Mini Pro, ATEM Mini Pro ISO, HyperDex, the Extreme ISO, or even some of the SDI models, which I don't have, but I do have a good understanding of those models, then reach out to me. I do offer a free consult here on my channel. Reach out to me for a free Zoom consult. Love to meet you and find out what you're doing on your end. Hope you enjoyed this video comparing the older DJI mics recorded internally as well in the Rodecaster Pro, as well as the audio from the ATEM. The same with the DJI Mic 2s, plus this 32-bit recording, which you're hearing now directly from the microphone, not from the Rodecaster Pro 2. And this is what the 32-bit float recording sounds like if you take it directly out of the DJI mic itself. And you do that by just simply plugging the USB-C port into your computer, your laptop, and you can transfer those files. And we also got a chance to listen to the Wireless Go 2 kit, both plugged in directly through the 3.5 cable and wirelessly connected to the Rodecaster Pro 2, which is an amazing feature, which I really love about these microphones. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this audio comparison, and I hope it helps you decide how you want to use them, which mic you like the sound of best. This 32-bit full recording, really a big deal. Again, we dove a little bit into that in April 23rd's video, so check that out here on the channel. So I'm Keith, this is Life Journey Production Studios, and I hope to see you in the next video.